it is time for us to talk serious business. Have you heard that ECOWAS, led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu and co, are asking Captain Ibrahim Traore to hand over to democratically elected government and leave office? Leave office to where? Leave office my foot. How dare you? How dare you ask Captain Ibrahim Traore to step down? Hand over to who? Hand over to leaders who will sit down on their hands. Have you seen what Ibrahim Traore is doing in Burkina Faso? Have you seen the motivation that is motivating other African leaders? Have you seen that even when Donald Trump invited him, he turned him down? Vladimir Putin invited him, he turned him down. Made him offers, he turned them down. Check out what is happening in Burkina Faso. He has imported 900 tractors, more than 500 4x4 pickups. Look at the tractors, look at the equipment that he brought in straight and handed over to the presidential coordinators so that they can help to restructure, to rebuild and reposition Burkina Faso's economy, and by extension, Africa. How dare you ask a progressive youth who is delivering to hand over? We don't care whether he is a military man or not. Yes, he has no political experience, but we thank God that he has no political experience, because if Captain Ibrahim Traore has a political experience, maybe he would have been stealing and siphoning the Burkina Faso's money to France. But he has shut down France, he has shut down everywhere. I want you to spread this message to everyone that cares to listen. We are rooting for Captain Ibrahim Traore to be the president of Burkina Faso. If there has to be a democratic president, let him remove his military uniform and contest. And if it is possible for you people to give us, progressive Nigerians, ability to vote, we will vote for Ibrahim Traore. What nonsense are you talking about asking him to step down? Asking him to step down my foot. Captain Ibrahim Traore is the new face of Africa. Is the good thing that is happening to him. Is an answered prayer for African youth. I know that it is not easy. It has not been easy. Can you imagine how many death attempts on his life already, and none of them succeed? Look at him the other day playing football without security. A young man who said, I don't want any other thing but my salary, and he didn't increase his salary to a president's salary. His salary remains the captain level salary. He has not taken anything. He recently declared his asset of having less than $200,000 in his account. He has about $126,000 in his account. He doesn't even have up to $200,000 in his account as a president of a nation, and you want him to step down. He is not going anywhere. Ibrahim Traore is the new thing that has happened to Africa, and a lot of us who are even older than him, we are learning from him. And I know that the new face of Africa is Ibrahim Traore. Captain Ibrahim Traore, we are saluting you, and we all over Africa, all over the black nation, we are rooting for you. Anybody, they don't burn anybody well to touch Captain Ibrahim Traore. If you touch him, you have touched us, and we will come after you. I'm telling you, this is not making a threat, but this is telling you that nothing, God Almighty, inshallah, will protect Ibrahim Traore. I'm saying this on this day that is Salah Day. Yes, Barakah Salah. Barakah Salah. Ibrahim Traore, nothing is happening to you. I'm a Christian, but I support you. I'm a Nigerian, and I support you. And I pray that every other youth in Africa, in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Gambia, Egypt, everywhere, Ghana, Mali, everywhere, let's support Ibrahim Traore. Nothing will happen to you. You are doing us proud. You are showing these criminals that we can do it. Come on, man. Let's support him. Spread the message around. Send it to these leaders. Send it to their political advisors. Let them know that what we want in Africa is the likes of Ibrahim Traore. And anything short of Ibrahim Traore is a no-no. We don't want. Very soon, very soon, Nigeria is going to be the same. I'm telling you, mark today's date. Today is 31st day of March 2025. You're going to see what's going to happen.
When France is forcing these countries to deposit their bank reserves with France, that's a coup, an economic coup. President Tinubu, what have you done about this coup? You are sitting on the big boy chair now. Talk to me. What are you going to do about this coup? When France is making sure that all natural resources for these countries belong to France, that's a coup. What are you going to do about it, ECOWAS? These are coups. But somehow, we don't see them as coups because it's the white men doing it. If a black man was doing the same thing to another black man, oh, you know, they'll call them out in a heartbeat. We have a serious problem as Africans. We don't even realize how sick we are with this disease. We are not just sick at home. We are not just sick in the doctor's waiting room. We are not just sick in the general ward in the hospital. We are in the intensive care. It's deep. What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. If you care the least bit about our future, how else are we going to get France out of Africa? How else are we going to get Britain, Germany, all those former colonizers? They're now in as multinationals.
I think when I was born, I was so surprised to see Africa still like this. Ask the young people, how far have you moved towards the agenda of Kwame Nkrumah? How far have you moved towards the agenda of Julius Mwalimu Kambarage Nyerere? How far have you moved towards the agenda of Patrice Lumumba?
Of Congo.
Yes, of Congo. The late, who died in 1961. How far have you moved towards the agenda of other Pan-Africans like Thomas Sankara?
Which agenda in specific?
I mean the agenda of African unity. How far?
You know, when this quarrel started, you know, we felt like this is the quarrel between the ECOWAS and the Sahel region, Ibrahim Traore and the president or chairman of ECOWAS. But now things are coming to be worsened every day because the Africans has decided that this is not the war of Ibrahim Traore alone, but this is our war because Ibrahim Traore is our leader. Ibrahim Traore is the only vision, is only the leader who is carrying the visions, idea, and agendas of Africans. So we cannot allow to see some people coming in intimidating Ibrahim Traore and all as a Sahel leaders who are the coup leaders. No, that's why they have decided that they are not going to remain silent. That's why they have decided to break their silence and come in to associate, to be associated, to come in to be interacted with all that is happening between organization of ECOWAS and the countries of Sahel region. And I'm so grateful because you know, in some other in the past years, my past generations, you know, when I speak those days, I speak about the people like Kwame Nkrumah, Patrice Lumumba, those people who were assassinated, those people who are great Pan-Africanists, and they were taken down. They had the same visions, they had the same ideas, the same agendas towards Africa, and they faced the same challenge with like what these current leaders of Sahel region are facing. They faced the same, and through that process, they were taken down. They were able, the oppressors or the colonizers were able to they were managed to take them down. But this time round, things have come to change because the Africans have come to realize themselves, to know themselves, to see, to feel like we have been used for a very long time. We have been manipulated. We have been taken as inferiors for a very long time. Now it's time we raise our voice. It's time now we, the Africans, has come to realize that all that has been done, that has been going on in Africa, is not something to build or to help Africa, but it's something that was to keep Africa in the same status always.
I challenged ECOWAS when they were trying to mobilize the military to go and fight Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Oh, we can have a coup. I said, help me understand something. France has had coups against these nations for centuries. When France is forcing these countries to deposit their bank reserves with France, that's a coup, an economic coup. President Tinubu, what have you done about this coup? You are sitting on the big boy chair now. Talk to me. What are you going to do about this coup?
Just for the purpose of the record, we had the Great Zimbabwe before you had Great Britain. Just so that you know. We were there as early as the 5th, 6th century. The British Kingdom can only be spoken about in the 17th century, which is yesterday. We were great before even the British knew how to bath. Before they even knew how to build a street, we were building empires. We are not from the Great Zimbabwe Kingdom. We are from the Great Zimbabwe Empire. And the Zimbabwe Empire worked together with the Congo, the Chitikulu empires within the Congo Basin. Monomotapa is from the 14th, 18th century. He was the last one. But before Monomotapa, we had Morenga, we had Tovera from the great spaces of Guru, Swa, and Embo. So Monomotapa is the colonial history which they... And by the way, while we are there, let me be quick to remind you that the new name for Britain is now going to be called Pambe Pfumi. I discovered it. I discovered a place where people's ears shine with the sun. I have found people who have no knees. I found tomb raiders. And we have decided to call them Pambe Pfumi, which means the thieves of other people's wealth.
And that's why you see this time they have come in and they are raising up their voice. They come to criticize everything that's being done against the leaders who we as Africans, we have put hope on them. This time around, we cannot allow or afford to see Ibrahim Traore being taken down while we as Africans, you are watching. The African leaders, those time, they were watching everything that was happened to the leaders, Pan-Africans of that time. They came to take down Muammar Gaddafi when African leaders were watching. And they were those who tried to go in Libya to save or to protect Muammar Gaddafi. They were ordered by NATO not to go to that country, not to step, and they were ordered to return back to their countries. And they did so. In their own country, they were ordered not to go to that country because they were colonizers who were already organized on how they were going to take down Muammar Gaddafi. And the African leaders obeyed. 7 or 10 African leaders, they were all ordered to return in their country, not step in Libya to go and interact with the affairs of Muammar Gaddafi. So we agree and we admit that we made the mess. The Africans made the mess, and the mess that they did or they made that time, we cannot allow it to repeat or to happen today in our watch or under our watch. So, and that's why I'm so grateful to see that Africans of today are not as Africans of yesterday, because we have learned from the mistakes that the Africans committed, from the mistake that they did. Now it's time to record, to clear the mess, to correct our messes and to make sure that we don't do the same. We don't repeat the mistake that we did.
You see, Traore has become a hero to Professor. I and him will drink coffee about Traore. But he's doing two good things, that he becomes an international icon. A young guy, younger than many of us. Traore has changed the price of uranium. France was buying uranium from Burkina Faso for $1 billion every year. He stopped the French to buy his uranium. Today, Burkina Faso is making 85 billion from the same resource. We are selling uranium here. We have no nuclear power. We are just talking, everything is nuclear. We are just selling. Whether the Chinese are paying us the best price or not, we don't know. We are also afraid. What if they walk out of this deal? But Traore, a young man, a soldier, has changed his country. That's why Traore is now building up factories, processing plants of agro-processing, because he has resources. We have these resources. When we say some of these things must not be said in the open, but let's drink coffee and talk about the future of our country, we don't listen to one another. So, Foreign Minister, may your door be open for further engagement, deeper engagement in the national interest of our country, so that we start running, because we are crawling. We must start running. And this country has an opportunity to penetrate Africa, to penetrate the world, but we must run in and we must talk to one another so that we get the country going.
So, all those people who are coming out stand with the Captain Ibrahim Traore and his alliance, please kindly continue doing this. Speak out your voice. Speak out your voice loudly and make sure that all that's being planned against our leaders are not coming to succeed. Because, when they killed Patrice Lumumba, when they killed Muammar Gaddafi, they killed millions of visions, of ideas of Africans. When they manage to take down Captain Ibrahim Traore or any of Sahel leaders, they're not only taking them down, but they're taking the millions of visions of Africans. Because at this time, let me ask you, all that's ongoing in today's history of Africa and in the world, because today everyone is speaking about the best leadership of Ibrahim Traore. So just tell me, for example, today we wake up in the morning and you find that Ibrahim Traore has been taken down. So what will remain? Then the people will start to speak about the history of Ibrahim Traore, which will not help. At this time, the Africans are following the footsteps of Ibrahim Traore, because he said once that it's either we fight or we remain slave forever. So when we don't fight, it means that we are going to remain slave forever. We are going to be colonized forever. We are going to live under foreign policies forever. And the guy who is requesting and pushing Africans to do these things, now we wake up and find that this guy has been taken down. This means that we will remain slaves forever, because he is the leader. He is the one who started this battle that we as Africans today we are coming to fight. He is the one who brought these ideas that has made Africans to come and start to raise their voice. He's the reason of everything that's ongoing in the countries of in the African continent today. He's the only reason. That's why we are speaking. We are coming out to raise our voice, because all the people that we are seeing every day are rising up, speaking about the neo-colonialism, speaking about the freedom. They were there before, but we never heard about them. They never came out to speak anything before the rise of Ibrahim Traore. But because of his boldness, because of his fearless, and he started to come to face the former colonizers, the French empires, directly and ordered them to leave his country, ordered them that he's not ready to associate with anything from those countries. He's not ready to interact with any foreign aids. He's not ready to work with them. He's not ready to cooperate with any foreign powers. That's when the Africans started to do the same, because they saw an example. If Traore has did this, so what about us? What can we can also do this? If he's able to do this, why don't we be able to do this? So I appreciate the Africans today. I appreciate the African youth of today, because of the great things that we are doing, because of the great things that you are doing. Your boldness is the one that is going to make African countries to be liberated. Your boldness is what is going to make the Western powers to have a sleepless night. You know, all this that they are trying to do is just because they have no power to do with Africa of today. Because if they had that power of what they have been having all those years, they would have already taken Ibrahim Traore down. But because they are doing this, they have tried many ways using fellow Africans to do this, but they have been defeated because the power of Africans today is very strong. The power of our ancestors are very strong, protecting our hope leaders each and every day, every corner. I have not much to speak about this because I'm so impressed. I'm so happy about what is going on in our countries. It is amazing. It is amazing that all that has happened in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger. It is something that we pray that it can be happen in all African countries. These countries, these leaders take their countries with a bullet. But what they're doing in the countries, you cannot compare with the African leaders who took their power through the ballots. So it means that you can get power, you can get good governance through the ballot than the Democrats. Because if the African leaders could have been using this democracy wisely, in a good way, to take control of Africa, to resist from the foreign powers, to resist from neo-colonization, to resist from manipulation, then African countries could have been built, could have been developed, and we could have not been speaking what we are speaking today. We are not coming here as a revenge. We are not coming here because we have something to pay off, but we are coming here because we need a freedom. We are coming here because we need to see the liberated African countries. We are only coming here because we don't want to see the neo-colonialism, because we don't want to see the African voice silenced. We are not coming here as a way of fighting of racism, but we are fighting because we need the dignity of Africa to restored, because we need to see the best governance of Africa, because we want to see all African and the black people associating with another, loving themselves, taking care, the governments taking care of their citizens, delivering to them and doing everything that they deserve, because this is the meaning of the leadership. Delivering is the best way and the meaning of leadership. So maybe they started this war feeling like they're going to manage as they have been used to, but the African of today are not of yesterday. And the great thing that you are doing, Africans keep on. The black people, the black community, wherever you're watching from, whether anything that you are doing to make sure that you are together, you are supporting our leaders who are doing so hard to make sure that they liberate Africa, who are doing so hard to make sure that they unite Africa, who are doing so hard to make sure that they make African child to have the best leadership, who is after their caring. Then don't stop doing that until we achieve our agenda, from Nairobi, Kenya, from Nigeria, from Kampala, Uganda, from Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, to South Africa, Cairo, to Nigeria, to Egypt, to Ghana, to Somalia. Let's rise up. Let's liberate our countries. Let's dissolve all the governments of puppets, because they have nothing to do with us. They have nothing to build to make Africa build. They have nothing to give, to offer to us that can help us. Until next time, we come and speak the same. I'm not going to take much of your time. Just tell me to have the comment section, because I believe that you've enjoyed the video, and keep on supporting. Keep on supporting. Leave a comment and come back again. In another time, I love you because of what you're doing, in what the respect they're showing, the support you're showing. I need you more and more. Until next time, we come and do the same. Thank you very much, and be blessed.